of those who participated on January 6th apparently has had a bit of a change of heart in one specific area. They had a special request having to do with other inmates. This is Thomas Sibick of Buffalo, New York, has made multiple requests for release from custody since he was arrested in March. Now that's not new, lots of them have, but he argues that the atmosphere in the wing of the DC Correctional Treatment Facility was quote unquote toxic. So this is apparently what that wing is like, because they've got a lot of people. Obviously, this was a thing that had hundreds of people participating in it. Every night at 9 p.m., the folks there stand up and sing the Star Spangled Banner. I was on the phone a month ago, and in the middle of talking, I had to put the phone down. They'll be angry if I don't go over there. Oh, geez, that escalated. It's bad enough. Doing it, why 9? That's so weird. And doing it every night, that's needless. But like, if they're pressuring other people to do it, they wouldn't like propagandize or anything. He says it was literally this herd mentality. They're literally singing, almost cult-like. It was pretty scary, actually. Bear in mind, this is a guy who was in the attack on the Capitol. Now he's worried about cult-like behavior. He's swinging the flag of Trump with the abs and the pecs and the delts and all that. But like, I don't want to be in a cult. Come on, now they're singing. Singing is an important part of cults, so I agree with him there, JR. But he had a problem with being kept in the same area as those people, and I can understand that.
He said it was scary. It's scary now. It's scary to be around people who are this minion-like over Trump. And they'll collect to their prison areas and start singing the Star Spangled Banner with pressure on other people. Same people who like to spout freedom, do what you want, free society, all those things. But maybe I guess once you're in jail, you're not free anymore. So maybe you have to start collecting it together and start demanding others follow your protocol for continuing your cult-like behavior towards your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. That's just the way that they're going towards this. And this guy, I'm not sure what thought he was involved in. As you pointed out, he was at the rallies and he was at the insurrection at the Capitol. Nothing was scary then. Nothing was cult-like then, and nothing was all groupthink then either. But now it is. He had to put down a phone call with his mom, so now he's upset.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Become a little bit more serious. So look, obviously I'm a little bit torn on this, but yeah, I would not want to be around those crazy people too. I mean, they are violent people. Is it impossible to imagine that if you don't comply with these cult behaviors, that you might be putting yourself at some risk? I'm not 100% sure that that's not true. But anyway, we're gonna go through some more of the details. So his lawyer, Stephen Brennel, said that Sibick, who was seen to be one of the more high-profile defendants in the jail, requested to be put in solitary confinement, known as the hole, in order to avoid dealing with the other inmates. That is amazing. How much do you not want to hang out with these jokers that you're willing to go to solitary? People die from being kept away from other humans, and he's like, give me that. I would, but few others would. Now, Sibick is in jail because Sibick was charged several counts, including assaulting a police officer and robbery. He was accused of stealing the radio and badge of Michael Fanone, this DC police officer we've talked about several times. Fanone was knocked unconscious and suffered a heart attack during the riot. So this is one of the individuals who was beating a cop at this. So it's the sort of thing that I'm assuming, the correctional facilities and the justice system being the way it is, they're probably gonna be less lenient with you, I would imagine. But anyway, that's what he wants. And back on the 6th, he was all fired up. We're gonna overthrow this thing. I'm gonna beat a cop. Blue Lives Matter. Like you say that and you hit on each of the words. That's how you do that chant. But now doesn't want to be around them. I guess it's become more real.
Now it's real. The guy who assaulted a police officer, who's been charged with assaulting a police officer in robbery, beating up a cop, and then he has a heart attack with whatever he was beating him up with. Again, this same guy said the chants and the singing and the cult-like behavior in jail is the scary part.
Yep.
That's the scary part. So, hey, I went into a bank robbery with my boy, and as soon as he ran in, I screamed, "Give me all the money!" And then my accomplice pulled out a gun. I went, "Oh my God, this just got scary." Hey, bro, what'd you think you were participating in? Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's like we were loading like money into the bag, and then one of my accomplices pushed the bag into my chest, and I was like, "Hey, man, forget it. Then I'm leaving." it's sometimes crime gets real. Okay, now, by the way, it's 10 counts. So what's actually happened with Sibick? Well, apparently they did listen. U.S. District Court Judge Amy Berman Jackson, who we talked about previously on the show, agreed on Tuesday to release Sibick to home confinement with his parents in New York under the condition he stays out of Washington, doesn't attend any political rallies or use social media, and refrains from watching any cable news. His father, Eugene, filed a letter with the court assuring the judge that his son, if released, would live at his home under whatever conditions the court imposes. The father said that he and his wife, Carol, guarantee that Thomas will have supervision 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If Thomas were to attempt to leave the premises, I would not hesitate to inform the appropriate authorities immediately.
Sure.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So, okay, this is of course, I mean, this is the unsurprising part, that he does get his request to get released because he's uncomfortable in jail with his fellow cohorts. Oddly, I don't know why that's a reason to be released after, again, you assault a police officer, steal his badge and other equipment, and then you go home because you're uncomfortable. Because there's a miniature prison gang forming around the same gang that was forming outside of prison. Yeah, I mean, hey, when people get in jail, they have to, this is what I've heard, gangs tend to form just for protection purposes. Hey, you better get with your people or you're gonna be left alone, bro. These are yours. You're part of it.
You want to know some more of the details of this gang? So here's some other stuff that Amy Berman Jackson said. Said that Sibick's actions, quote, certainly raise serious questions about how January 6 defendants are housed together. There are 44 Capitol riot defenders who are serving time pre-trial in the separate wing of the DC Correctional Treatment Facility, which inmates call the, quote, Patriot Wing. One detainee told NBC4 that inmates in the wing have their own manifesto, which is great to have a manifesto, nothing bad about that, and also started their own handwritten newsletter, which they pass from cell to cell. All of this is strange behavior for Antifa. Why are they singing the national anthem, and why do they have this their Patriot Wing? Wow, Antifa's become more patriotic since they've been there.
It's so weird.
The disconnect between the nonsense that is said about these people, and literally they are like, there are dozens and dozens of people in jail like, please understand I'm a patriot, I love Trump, I'm gonna kill a cop. Why do you call me Antifa? It's ridiculous, that disconnect. We cannot get past it.
I guess for people who may have been arrested and charged and in prison for, an ounce of marijuana or anything else that, many laws have not changed, they're still sitting in jail. Just tell them that you're part of the Patriots and you're part of the Patriot Wing of the jail. Oh, and you love Donald Trump. Maybe they'll let you out. Just tell them you assaulted a police officer and took his badge and equipment. Then maybe they'll let you out. But tell them you want to go to solitary confinement because you're sick of these a-holes that you got arrested with. And maybe they'll let you out. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for the formula. It looks like he's got it.
Let me ask one final question. I want a super fast answer from you. And if anybody can do a poll on Twitch, he says now he hates Trump. Do you buy it? Or is it convenient that now he hates Trump before his trial and all that?
He hates Trump until Trump says something else hateful enough that he can agree with. But this is self-preservation. Oh man, I hate Trump, man. Totally, I'm on your side. Let me out, bro. And he'll be at the very next event, 100%.
Yeah, possibly.
They've connected their Trumpism with their identity. It's not a political belief or leanings or advocacy. That is their identity. It's like saying, hey, I'm a grown man, but then you can't change that from what you're like. You see yourself as that. He sees himself as a Trump person. Now, I'm sure some of them hate Trump later. They've been awakened from the days that they were in, which I can't judge that for him. But this seems very convenient that now he hates Trump after his prison time.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.